The views, comments, and opinions of the following program do not necessarily reflect those of Morris Media Studios, MorrisMediaLive.com, or its affiliates. Listener discretion is advised.
Peace be unto you. Ramadan Mubarak. That's blessed Ramadan to all of the billions of fasting Muslims and those enjoying the holy sacred month. I'm Sister Charlene Muhammad. Welcome to Liberated Sisters, broadcasting live right here in Leimert Park at the beautiful Morris Media Studios. We're streaming live at morrismedia.com. I'm sorry, morrismedialive.com. That's morrismedialive.com. And so look, today we present the Liberated Sisters book report. We'll have in studio with us Dr. Batie, author of the Black Zero Index Data Book. He and his team at the STEM Education and Research Collaborative, they're right here in Los Angeles, everybody, right? So they'll be here to discuss the call to action, resolve the student math crisis. It's happening not only here in the Los Angeles Unified School District, but Black children are failing in math across the country. They have a solution on how to close the gap. They're here in studio, and they'll be with us shortly. But before that, we're going to have, you know it, our favorite, our brother Jesse Muhammad of the Farrakhan Twitter Army. He's going to bring us the Farrakhan Factor. Okay, but before we get to that, and I know you're used to the Justice Report coming right up, but I have to take a little personal moment and say thank you to Almighty God, Allah, for blessing me tremendously with so many beautiful births. First, of course, you know we have the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, May 11th. Happy birthday, Minister Farrakhan. And as you can see, we have a trundle of pictures showing those who I want to also celebrate with him. So Minister Farrakhan was born on May 11th, the best day in the world, right? The universe. Also, as you can see here, is my husband, Brother Ali, and my children, Akila Raisa. She's 21 years old today, May 11th. My son, Mustafa, there with Minister Farrakhan. We saw him, because we've met him before, but we've seen him at Savior's Day. My son turned 16 on April 8th. And also, there's Mustafa Junaid Ali Muhammad. I just wanted to celebrate them because they sacrificed so much for me to be able to do the work. But also, they're just jewels and blessings, a mother's joy. So that's my son, Mustafa. He's 16. And then also, we have a new addition in our family. This is my daughter's fiance, Brother Jabril Muhammad. We love him and his family, and we go way back. And who would have thought that Allah would bless them to enter into a courtship under the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad under Minister Farrakhan. That's Jabril Mikhail Muhammad, and their wedding date, inshallah, that means God willing, is in August 11th. So I just wanted to say happy birthday. They're born on the same day. And this is why Jabril is in the picture. You're like, why is Jabril in the picture? Because today is his birthday as well. So happy birthday to all of you. And I thank Allah for you all being in my life personally. So let's get down to business. We have now the Justice Report. In today's Justice Report, right off the cover, right off the press for the Final Call newspaper, hashtag We Are Farrakhan. There was a town hall meeting on May 9th hosted by Father Michael Flager of St. Sabina Catholic Church. Check it out, Father Michael Flager, yes, he's Caucasian. His church is a Catholic church, and he hosted, and that parishionership hosted Minister Farrakhan at a town hall meeting. The cover story of the Final Call, Unbreakable, Unshakable, and it's regarding Nation of Islam Minister Louis Farrakhan's mission is to make known the identity of the man of sin and unmask. It's his job alone, and he spoke at St. Sabina, he meaning Minister Farrakhan, and he defended himself. But it's not his job to defend himself, it's our job. So I'll say that Minister Farrakhan just made his position known and renowned to those who did not. But as he said there, you don't know me, and he explained pretty much his position about the Facebook ban, and it was really riveting. You could view that at noi.org. And to take us further in that, we're going to hear now from Brother Jesse Muhammad. He's going to bring us the Farrakhan factor about this. Again, the cover story, Unbreakable, Unshakable. They banned Minister Farrakhan from Facebook and Instagram, and whoa, why did they do that? So here to talk to us more about that is our brother Jesse Muhammad with the Farrakhan factor.
I was told to deliver this message. You think you're invincible because you got money, bombs, guns, and planes, killing babies, innocent people. I think you're insane. Chaos and destruction is the name of your game. Somebody's got to stop you before the whole world goes up in flames. So he told me to tell you, I'll fight
for my brothers. We can go to war. Fighting for my father, I will give my life for.
Time to stop it. I get upset. I want to bump it. Brother Jesse, Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Ramadan Mubarak, Brother Jesse.
Ramadan Kareem. Man, it's so hard to stop that track.
It's hard. It's really hard. I leave here and I put it on again. But thank you so much for bringing us the Farrakhan factor today. And we're going to see a clip of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. But I want you to set it up in the Farrakhan factor about what happened at St. Sabina and why we went there.
Absolutely. Look what Facebook Inc. has done for us. Just when you thought you had banned the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan from your platform, the people showed up and showed out and stood up at St. Sabina Church on last Thursday and held up their smartphones to display to Facebook and the world that there's no way you can ban the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, who has planted so many seeds around this country and the world. So there were people who were upset, Sister Charlene, that wait, I thought this man is banned, but I'm seeing Farrakhan and Father Flager up and down my feed on Facebook and Instagram.
All over the place.
There were those in the live audience, of course, that held up their smartphones the entire time, and you could just scroll easily on Facebook on Thursday night and you would see Farrakhan speaking. You would see Father Flager speaking. You would see Student Minister Ishmael speaking. You would see people giving their own live commentary. And then on Instagram, there were those who was not present in the audience, but they were shooting their phones to their laptop and going live on Instagram from their laptop to spread the message. So as we can see, whatever they meant for evil is working out for the good. That now, on Thursday, we're happy to report that the hashtag #WeAreFarrakhan was trending #1 in the United States.
Come on.
And then the next day, not by our doing, for those of you all that are on the side of the enemy, don't get upset with Farrakhan or us, but it's just the Farrakhan factor. Sister Charlene, I woke up to news that on Friday, the day after the rally, the words Satanic Jew was trending #1 on Twitter.
Oh, my God.
And it wasn't because of us. It was because the mainstream media who thought that they was going to attack Minister Farrakhan and Father Flager for standing in unity, they talked so much about the one point where he said that he came to separate the good Jews from the satanic Jews. They took that one 5-second line and turned it into a trending headline themselves.
Come on now. Backfired. Can you spell backfired?
In the streets, that's what we call backwards hustling. What were you thinking? And they started tweeting at us, mad at us, and we responded, you all did that.
That's right.
You all brought attention to it. And since that time, if you just log into Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram and search the name of Minister Farrakhan, you will constantly see a nonstop stream of support and love for him. You will see a nonstop stream of video clips that are still being posted from that rally. Yeah. So we want to thank the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan for the manner in which he delivered that message, that he really surprised people, Sister Charlene. They thought that he was going to come out and slander Mark Zuckerberg. And
that's not his M.O.
That's not him. But that man, again, took
that's
it
me,
to the
though.
level and highest and dropped so many jewels that I pray that many of us have gone back already to dissect and parse his message, because it's really high level. And we thank Father Michael Fleger for withstanding the heat and pressure that is still on him. All the way down to the Rome, the Vatican, they're calling on the Pope on Twitter to sit him down. I mean, but our brother is standing firm. Yeah. He is standing strong. Yeah. And I have to say lastly as I close, our beloved brother, student, Minister Ishmael, excuse my
excuse your French.
But he gave them the business on that roster.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Brother Ishmael did. Yeah.
And his point was so beautiful, not only connecting this to Scripture, but also letting it be known that the things that Satan are doing to the human population of this world, it has nothing to do with Farrakhan. It is their doing. That's the dangerous thing. But as we close, if you have ever wondered in your mind if Farrakhan is really dangerous, he made it very clear. He is dangerous.
He said, I am.
He is dangerous to Satan's world.
And
Satan himself.
That's right. Thank you, Brother Jesse. He sure, look, Brother Student Minister Ishmael did not break a sweat. Neither did the minister. Neither did Father Flager. And I want to say personally, thank you, Father Michael Flager, because as someone who was born and raised, as we say, I know I'm a Muslim at birth, but who was born and raised in the Catholic Church. Father Michael Flager reminds me of our great pastor, Father A.J. McKnight, from, he was in Louisiana and just stood up. And that kind of Catholicism resonated with me. But before that, I didn't feel that kind of fire and passion in the church, and so I left the church, you know. And so when I met Father Flagrant, and to see him again when he introduced the minister and said, he's my brother, this is a white priest. First of all, again, they have marching orders too, just like we're in the military. They have a structure, and I don't know if they might kick him out, but he certainly has a home in the nation.
Well, you know, I think they're going to have to rethink their strategy, because again, they're seeing how banning people is backfiring. Yeah. And so not only does the minister have love, But now the reach and love for Father Pfleger now is jumping state lines and borders and around the world for his stance of standing on the side of truth.
That's right.
So they're going to have to come up with another tactic. They got to go back to the drawing board because they did not anticipate that this would have this type of love and response from the people around the world. So you cannot ban truth.
That's right.
You cannot ban light. This is a different time, and we know that during the Virginia House of Delegates in the 1800s, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said it in Message to the Black Man, that they were on the House floor, Charlene, and they had cheered, that they had cut off every avenue by which light could enter the mind of the slave. And now here we are in 2019. You're trying to again cut off every avenue by which light can enter the mind of the masses, but it's too late.
Yeah.
So as the minister said in the Teachers 2.0 book, Volume 1, for those that are trying to control these means of communication that are freeing the masses, he said, you trying to take control of it right now is trying to put the horses back in the barn door.
They out.
The barn door has been closed.
They're out.
Getting them horses back in.
Yeah. It's the resurrection. You can't stop it. And the scriptures we're walking right off the pages. So, yeah, thank you for that, Brother Jesse. And I wish I had my picture of the 2.0 to show. But go to store.finalcall.com to purchase the Teachings 2.0. Please. Brother Jesse, where's your next stop?
Man, the next stop, so we're headed on the East Coast. We will be, Allah willing, going to Newark, New Jersey, Plainfield, New Jersey,
all right,
to deliver
Brother Ross.
the commencement address for Muhammad University there, as well as to present our Digital Battle in the Sky presentation. But I have a lot of commencement and graduation to do right here locally here in Houston. And I once again we had a blessed social media workshop here in Houston that was webcasted over Facebook.
Yeah.
And we got a lot of people to send in their Cash App donations who want to sponsor cases for us to give away to students in the school.
Good.
We are pushing. So the work doesn't stop, and we're going to keep on pushing because why? We are Farrakhan.
That's right.
And we want everybody to know that saying we are Farrakhan is not just for black people. Because when you stand up for Farrakhan, you're really taking a stand for yourself and standing up for humanity. So we invite you all right now. Pull out your phone and text the words, we are Farrakhan.
Pull out your phone.
To 99,000.
Text it. We are Farrakhan. That's right. Ooh, let me
we
put that on
Farrakhan
Facebook.
To 99,000 because we want you to be plugged into the text message list. We want you to be plugged into the information that's going to be passed down. Because why? This is a protracted campaign that will not stop, and we will, as I did on Sunday, we will be touring the nation to give more efficient trainings to everybody on not only how to be on the defense, but Sister Charlene, as I close, in the scripture it talks about that rock, which was Peter. It said that the gates of hell would come against that rock, but the gates of hell would not prevail.
Come on.
And many biblical scholars have written in my study of the study Bible section, they said that the reason the gates of hell did not prevail is because the apostles not only was on the defense, but they transitioned into going on the offense.
That's right.
So many of you all are watching the playoffs right now. Yeah, defense does win games, but can't nobody win if nobody put that ball in the hoop.
Right.
So we can't just wait to be attacked. We have to be on the offense and keep the system flooded on social media of this positive message. And that's what we're striving to do. Defense and offense.
Praise be. That's right. Defense and offense. Brother Jesse, before I let you go and we get ready to bring in Dr. Batie and his team, we're going to talk, Brother Jesse, I want to do a book report. I want you to come on and do the book report straight Farrakhan Twitter book 2.0, the teachings. Okay, so we're going to set that up, you and I. And that'll be the Farrakhan factor for the book report. We're going to merge the two. But I just want to tell you, they're tuning in online. And thank you all who are watching here as well as at MorrisMediaLive.com. We have Vera Woods, X Woods. We are Farrakhan. I am Farrakhan. My sister Chris Jones, who did I Gotta Say Something over at the KPFK show. She's tuning in. And more. The thread is going down. But thank you so much, Brother Jesse. And I don't know if you have, I know you're pushing, but if you can just, once you hang up, just tune right back in. We're going to play the original version of I'll Fight Ya by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Farrakhan, that opens up.
Now.
Yeah, oh my God. It opens up with the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. But thank you for bringing the Farrakhan factor, and please give the greetings to my sister and the babies, okay?
I surely will. Thank you so much. We are Farrakhan.
We are Farrakhan. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
So everybody, before we get ready for Dr. Batie and the team to come up, oh my God, some beautiful, beautiful people with a lot of information. Buckle up. Don't go anywhere. You have a little break coming in. You know, I don't usually take a break, but I think I like this. I might start taking breaks. So here's the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan from Let's Change the World. And I'll tell you how you can get his box set at the end of the show. But let's take a listen to the original version of I'll Fight Ya.
The Savior told me, say, don't depend on fighting them with that. That's right. You don't need no gun. And the Savior told me, say, the forces of nature against him, he got no defense. He can't fight that. And you ought to take the message to the people that I give to you.
I was told to deliver this message. You think you're invincible because you got money, bombs, guns, and planes, killing babies, innocent people. I think you're insane. Chaos and destruction is the name of your game. Somebody's got to stop you before the whole world goes up in flames. So he told me to tell you, I'll fight you. I'll fight you with the wind. I'll fight you. I'll fight you with the rain. I'll fight you. I'll fight you with the sleet, the snow, the heat, the cold. I'll fight you. I fight like that. I fight like that. I fight like that. I fight like that. If you want to change your destiny, I'm just a warner, you better listen to me. Do justice to others, that's the answer. Come into the light of truth, it can solve all your problems. I'm just a reminder, if you don't do what I say, then there is no other way. He told me to tell you, I'll fight you. I'll fight you with the wind. I'll fight you. I'll fight you with the rain. I'll fight you. I'll fight you with the sleet, the snow, the hurricane. I'll fight you. I fight like that. I fight like that. I fight like that. I fight like that. Now you think you can take the earth and do what you want to do with it? You're destroying the birds in the air, killing the fish in the sea, babies in the womb, killing them before they're born. You like playing with people's lives, confusing their minds, but I'm here to tell you, you've run out of time. He told me, I'll fight you. I'll fight you with the wind. I'll fight you. I'll fight you with the rain. He fights with the heat. He fights with the sleet. He said, I am who I am. I can't be beat. Nobody has won a war against me. I fight like that. I fight like that. I fight like that. I fight like that. You like to make life miserable. You like to oppress. Look at what you've done. You've got the whole world in a mess. This revolution won't be televised. You won't be happy till the whole world's on fire. I fight like that. I fight like that. I fight with the wind. I fight with the rain. I fight with the hail, the snow, the hurricane. I fight like that. I fight like that. I was told to deliver this message. You think you're invincible because you got money, bombs, guns, and planes, killing babies, innocent people. I think you're insane. Chaos and destruction is the name of your game.
All right. Hi. Did you enjoy the break? I'm Sister Charlene Muhammad. We're back with Liberated Sisters. And so in studio, we have now Dr. Michael Batie and Sister Yolanda Beckos. And let me tell you a little bit about Dr. Batie. And he's going to introduce us to Sister Yolanda more in depth, okay? But Dr. Michael Batie for the Liberated Sisters book report today brings us the Black Zero Index Data Book. This is volume 1. Oh, let me show the book. Oh, there it is. Hey now. This is volume 1, and it's dealing with the crises of failing math scores in the LAUSD. They invited me over to their STEM center, and I was floored by the presentation he made to me. So when I learned the book was coming out, it was a no-brainer that we would have Dr. Batie on. And so let me give you some of his background. This is just a little bit about this brilliant mind that we have here in studio. And I want to thank Sister Monique Bacon. She contacted me. She listens to the show. I met Sister Monique. She's come to the mosque to hear the minister, and she said, we have a problem. There's a crisis. And thank you so much, Sister Monique, for bringing this to us at Liberated Sisters. Dr. Michael Batie is an educator, he's a serial entrepreneur. I like that. And he's CEO of the STEM Education and Research Collaborative. So that's a forum for systematic study and joint action to resolve pressing problems in the areas of science and math education in communities of color. Now, you know we need that. We're the original builders, and somewhere we got off the path of that. But I won't editorialize anymore. I'm just going to go straight into the rest of his bio. His current efforts are centered on STEM 54, a math/science resource center located in South Los Angeles. The website is STEM54.com. STEM54.com. That's the number 54, right? And mobile math and science labs. That's a support program that delivers the necessary materials, supplies, equipment, and support personnel for the effective teaching of early childhood through 12th grade math and science. There's a particular, and I really like this, there's a particular focus on parent empowerment. We don't really get that as parents in certain schools. Many of our schools, it's like drop your child off, say nothing. But I said I wasn't going to editorialize. I'm sorry. Here we go. There's a particular focus on parent empowerment in mathematics workshops designed to train parents in how to assist their children in Common Core mathematics. Dr. Batie holds a BS in physics and an MS in education foundations from Cal State LA. In 2008, the PhD in education with an emphasis on research and statistics was conferred by the University of California at Riverside. Yes. Now, I really like this part. In 2020, Dr. Batie will be seeking a seat on the board of the Los Angeles Unified School District. Yeah! Yep. You have my vote, Dr. Batie. Yep. You got it right now. Welcome to the show.
One down, 1 million to go.
1 million to go. We want to vote for this man. Thank you so much for being with us, Dr. Batie. And so take us right into the Black Zero Index. What is it? Oh, I'm sorry. No. First, introduce Sister Yolanda.
I think we need to get to the book. I can come later.
No, because then we just going to roll. Once he says who you are, we're going to roll right into it. We're going to have to stop with that. So what does she do?
Well, this is Sister Yolanda, and we have this dynamic in the lab where she's the boss and I'm the talent.
All right, boss.
A lot of times she's the talent and I'm the boss, but most of the time she's the boss and I'm the talent.
I love it.
And we just have this synergy where we both we met each other, we wanted the same things, and as a result, we've made some big moves with respect to moving math forward in Los Angeles and Southern California. And hopefully with some of these big ideas that some people are having a problem grasping.
I'm trying.
Because we have that challenge of, well, wait a minute, how can you do that?
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Yeah.
And it becomes a, sort of a, it becomes an argument,
Yeah.
And it's really, you need a coalition to do some of the things that we'd really like to do.
Yeah.
But we're having a very difficult time bringing the past generations, if I should say, forward to understand exactly what it is.
I got it.
A lot of times, these systems are so entrenched, the bureaucracies are so powerful that they don't really believe anything can change.
Yeah, well, because they created a web of systems here for failure, but we'd like to say at Liberated Sisters, David, meet Goliath. So now, the Black Zero Index, what is that?
Well, I could read it, but in my own words, this is what it looks like. The genesis of this is a real story. We were in the lab. I don't remember what but we were talking, and I said, Yolanda really likes to take credit for it, but
okay, you got it.
And she really likes to take credit for it, but hey, whatever. But the end result was, a lot of things happened in that laboratory. One of the things that happened, and I think it says a lot for us as a community, that we don't just sit around and talk about things that can change the world. Because that's what we're talking about. We're talking about changing the world.
Come on.
And when you have those types of discussions around people with like minds, then ideas come to fruition.
Yeah.
I was talking to a friend of mine months ago, and we were talking about math and so forth and so on. And one of the outgrowths of that is one of our organizations. What is MECAS?
Math Education for Children of Color in the U.S.
Oh, right.
And what is it? What did we say it was?
It's faith, hope, and responsibility. Family, hope, and responsibility.
Okay.
So, the family has to take more responsibility and have more hope in the outcomes of their children. And so really the synergy between him and I and the team is that, that parent piece, Black parents, Latino parents, parents of color, really have to drive this agenda. I think for too long, we've left the agenda in the hands of our educators in this country. And it's really not. We are the first teachers, the parents, and we have to make sure we continue that agenda all through K through 12.
That's right.
And we've handed too much over, and so what we have now is 15 years of failure. And that's what this book's all about. He doesn't say that in the book because it's a data book. But as a parent, when I take this book out and I share it with parents in the community, and I say, what school did your child go to? What year were they in? It's a zero index. How do we have nearly 500,000 African American children from 2003 to 2018 at zero? That is a travesty. It's a civil rights issue. And really, in LA, the flip-flops fraternity, we're sleeping. We need to wake up Black people and realize that this genius that I work with every day has given it to us now in black and white. We have no longer any excuses to challenge this system about why it's done this to our children. Because in his book, when you look at the data, you can clearly see that every other generation of race is achieving and ours isn't. And why is that?
Including Latinos.
And why is that? So every Black parent sitting, listening to this show today, you've got to go online, www.blackzeroindexbzi.com, and purchase this book if you live in LA. Walk into your school tomorrow morning when you get that book and go to your principal and ask them, why does the Black data look like this? Why does the Asian data look like this? Why does the Latinos doing 30% better than us look like this? And why do the white children look like this? He has armed you with the facts. You don't have to wait on the California dashboard. You don't have to wait for some presentation at LAUSD that never makes sense to you. Dr. Batie has given it to you in black and white.
And we don't have to wait on a study about it to say what we already see. When I really paused me, I had like a fire energy go through.
That's right. That's why
my
you're
body
wearing red.
When you said that. But go ahead, Dr. Batie.
Well, that's the synergy between us. I can't say those things.
Why not?
Right.
Because
you said it that way.
It's about the data for me.
I got
so and whenever we take the book out and exhibit it to people, and show it. And we haven't really had an official signing or anything yet. That's coming. But there's no editorializing in this book. When we first, I said, Yolanda, why don't you write the foreword? And she put some fire and thunder in. I'm not using that. That is not going to be part of this book.
Why not, Dr. Batie?
Because this,
I like that.
This book is meant to foment amelioration.
I got it.
That's our new slogan.
Just deal with the data.
To foment, to bring about some change in a positive way, to foment amelioration. So the book is simply a call to arms, if you will, so that people then can say, wait a minute, I know all you want to talk about is reading, but mathematics is really the key to the future.
Right.
So in order for us to do that, there was no editorializing in it, because what we want is for people then to read it and then allow us to assist you in bringing about the change, and bringing about the organization, and bringing about the uproar, if you will, about how do we make a difference in our children's lives with mathematics. And it's strange. No one, I shouldn't say no one, most people really agree with it, but then the next part is, well, what about reading? Well, reading is the bully in education.
Wow.
0 through, we have a real large, very large interest, if you will, in education from 0 to 48 months. That's from coming out of the womb until 4 years old, preschool.
Yeah.
And many people say, well, what can I do with a 3-day-old baby? Well, after the baby's eyes open, you can start putting things in front of it.
Even before.
Even before. And get the movement of their eyes. And research has shown that if you take a piece of paper or something that has one dot on it, one large dot, because their vision isn't, they'll look at it one way. But then if you put two, they'll change. So those are all kinds of things, and we have a series of products. We might talk about those later that actually help help parents learn how to help their child. Our elementary school teachers are math phobic. You do not require any mathematics to get an elementary school credential.
Why not?
That's the rule. The CSU has in 2018 decreed that math teachers, elementary school teachers don't have to take any math to get their teaching credential.
Wow. So
you're an urban ed major. There's no mathematics there.
Don't bother with that.
You
don't need that.
Well, that's the deal. And as a result, there's very little, real rigorous math per required by the Common Core. And that brought us to my other business that I started some 7 years ago, the Mobile Math and Science Labs, where we bring our colleagues out to the schools to provide next generation science standards with real hands-on equipment with real scientists. So the Black Zero Index is really something that's a call to arms, where we have to think really, really big about how to make this work. Because the school district isn't going to do anything for us.
Wow.
It never has and it never will. But there are still people that we work with, people who are movers and shakers in this community who are still trying to give LAUSD a chance. I will name a name, Dr. George McKenna. Dr. George McKenna just tendered a resolution to the school board that was passed that says we need to do more for black students to close the achievement gap. Wow. And he mentioned mathematics in it twice without any real emphasis on it. Well, we're going to raise the achievement levels in math and reading.
Oh, Dr. McKenna, call in. Oh, the call-in number is
Dr. McKenna's
323-293-3375. Watch. Somebody for Dr. McKenna is going to call in.
Why?
I'd love to ask you about that.
Why?
Let me get a quarter so I can bet you they won't.
Why? Let's be real as a parent. I've lived in Los Angeles now for 11 years. My 3 children went through 2 of them graduated LAUSD. We have seen billions of dollars invested in what we call closing the achievement gap in America. America. And for anyone listening, please, if you send your child to a public school, go in and ask them, what does closing the achievement gap actually mean? Because
what does it mean?
What does it mean? It means that we produce projects and systems that just keep churning over. And it actually hasn't closed any achievement gap. We are in 2019, America. The achievement gap should have been closed. Brown versus Board of Education in 1954 tried to bring about segregation of schools and education of our children. Well, here you have global people coming into your country now. And when we arrive here, we're in shock. I know that there are Caribbeans, Africans listening to this show who are like me, a Brit, saying, yeah, what is this thing called public education in America? It's got a long way to go for the lowest achieving children in this country. That happens to be today black children, not Latino children, which are a growth in California, but black children. How did the Latino children come and pass our own children? So mothers and fathers, grandmas, aunties, wake up and drink your cocoa, because it's your child that when they're in the classroom are not getting what your child needs in terms of and the money that they keep talking about, billions and billions and billions and billions that's gone into this pot. It's like a drain hole. The money comes in, it goes into the administration and the systems of the building and the bureaucracy. But when we talk about it going to the child, we have not seen one piece of difference. Let me give you a little story. 3 years ago, I was a parent in the district. And a lawsuit was brought by a Latino parent called the LAUSD settlement. $150 million went to the district for the lowest achieving children, of which are the schools that Dr. McKenna in Board District 1 looks after. Here we are 3 years later and not one difference had been made. Oh, by the way, the reason why I love this genius I work for every day is because I said, Dr. Batie, I was at a meeting and they said 30% of children in the district now are improving. I said, what does that mean, Dr. Batie? We went to his data index. That means 3 black children. 3. So let's get real. When they throw all these lovely percentages at us, it doesn't mean anything, because when you look at the real impetus of whether our children are making, and by the way, my children made it. You know why they made it? Because I had to go in there every day. So those of you who pull up at the gate, drop them off, let them walk in, pick them up, I have to tell you, your children are failing. Let's be real. Wow. To make sure they achieve, you have to step over that line, go in that classroom, observe that teacher, and these stories your children are telling you are true. They feel alienated. They're not focused upon. Now they're stopped and searched like they're police on the street. Yeah, random. It ain't random. It's all the black children. What's random about that? Wow. Come on now.
Well, they're randomly selecting black children. Yeah.
Shauna Joy, as you continue, Shauna Joy X says that I like her. She's not sugarcoating it. She is keeping it all the way real. She said, say that. They're cheering you guys on. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Yeah, you said, what's random about that? Yeah. Well, go ahead. I'm going to ask a question when you're done. But
so let's go to why this data index book is so powerful. Right. Because, I have a daughter now who's an astrophysicist, right? She's studying astrophysics.
You can't talk about your daughter unless I can talk about mine.
Yeah, well, we can.
Absolutely.
Right, that's why we're parents.
I showed mine, right?
Right, because we're parents. What did Dr. Batie teach me? Well, now I have a 7-year-old who goes to the lab every day, and she teaches children to do something called drill and practice. You have to do it at the weekend, you have to do it on summer vacation, you have to do it at Thanksgiving. It doesn't matter. You get up every morning and your child completes 4 things: addition, multiplication, subtraction, and fractions. And you have to do that religiously. Dare I use that word in this context? It's a drill. Yeah. And why do the Asians look so good? Well, because you and I, all of us know in this room that's black, that the Asians' parents do that every day with their children. Then they pay for them to go to Kumon. Then they pay for them to go to Mass Asian. Then they get their children a mass tutor. And if you're white, you write a check, don't you? We know that scandal, right? So we don't have all those opportunities, black people. We don't have those opportunities. Yeah. So we have to take the responsibility. Like we say in Mecca's, family, hope and responsibility. It now becomes your journey with your child to succeed. So what Dr. Batie is saying to us, if you look 20 years from today, here's another statistic you all should know. The growth in the whole career sector, as we know, is science, technology, engineering and mathematics, hence the name STEM 54.
Absolutely.
If you look at this data, it's going to take 20 years for these 500,000 children in this book to catch up. They are going to be 40 years old. Well, Look at Facebook, look at Instagram, look at these companies, these booming technology, billion, trillion, Apple, trillion company. Well, they don't have people who look like us. You know why? Because we can't graduate high school with a mathematics diploma. So this is real. If you're listening and you're pregnant, you better run to Lakeshore or run to STEM 54 and get your child Dr. Batie's abacus, 10 frame and 5 frame. Start clicking them beads right now against your womb and against that placenta so that child can hear that boop, boop, boop. So when they come out, it makes sense and it's relevant.
How to give birth to a God is going down STEM 54 fashion in the studio right here.
Who is this woman? I thought I was the talent.
I just love it because you are a yin and yang, you know? It's like you said, you bring the data, she's going to analyze that data for us, and I love it. Okay, let's just pick out a school district here. Let's just pick out a district. Let's go to Long Beach.
Pick out a school?
Let's pick out a school.
Let's do 54th Street. It's around the corner. It's the nearest school to here.
Okay, got you.
I don't have my glasses. I can't see.
Do you want your glasses?
I ain't got my.
She didn't bring hers either.
No, I wanted to just show you.
So one thing that is in this, the one thing that people should know, that how this really began with us is he showed me an article from 1997 from the LA Times. Like he has generation of information in the lab, right, of statistics and research. And this article said in 1997 that there are the 100 worst schools in the Los Angeles Unified School District. What were those? Well, surprise, surprise, in his Black Data Index book, those 100 worst schools in 1997 are still the same 100 worst schools in 2019. But here's the bit that wasn't explicit in the 1997 article in the LA Times. They were all black. They were all black schools, which happen to all be in Board District 1. And they are the same Black Zero Index schools today. And he's going to break it down for you.
How? Okay, go ahead. Because I want to know, where's the accountability? Where do we
we'll come to that piece in a minute. Yeah.
Well, I
not literally shoot. Just
my daughter went to Crenshaw High, so it's always been near and dear to me.
Okay.
So the way the book is organized, it gives graphs. It gives charts. And these charts trace the math achievement for 5 years.
Okay.
In 5-year intervals, 2003, 2008, 2013, 2015, and 2018. And then 3 years because the test changed with the Common Core. And over that period, there were 2,045 students that took math classes at Crenshaw High.
Okay.
28 of them tested proficient.
Out of 2,045?
You heard that. You heard that.
And there are other schools that are, as bad, including the charter schools. And that's
another piece we need to talk about.
Charter schools are not the panacea that people thought they would be. I think now people are more or less aware of that. But since we can't really change the system from within, one of our main focuses, it's like we started with, was this parent empowerment piece. And we have performed a series of very well received parent workshops to take the mystery out of mathematics for parents. Parents are math phobic mostly themselves. So they don't believe that they have the capability to help their child with math. And that's probably true after the 6th or the 7th grade. But those 0 to 48 months and K through 2, you can and must help your child, because those days are all about the 4 basic skills: addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. And all you have to do there is I shouldn't say make them, but yes, make them practice. And I'm not in favor of rewarding, incentivizing children with material things to learn. But for this function, it's okay to incentivize, because there's a huge, huge payoff.
Wow.
A huge, huge payoff. One summer, I had both my children, one was 7 and one was 9, and they got up every morning and worked 4 worksheets: addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. And then they did 15 minutes on the typing tutor. They could do games, whatever the case may be.
Right.
So, of course, the reading and the writing and the math scores went up. Not that they were that low before, but if you do that with your child, I guarantee they will be the top student in their school.
Great solutions, very easy to implement right now.
Right now. And right now, this summer, the other piece that we need to say to our parents of colour is that they need to start investing in their children's education. And we understand that public education is so-called free, which is not really free, people. So let's get real about that. If we're buying Jordans, if we're buying designer clothes, if we're going to give them $100 to go to Supreme and buy a T-shirt, you can invest in them this summer. Dr. Batie runs an amazing summer program for children in math. Math only. They're not coming to play. They're not coming to do PlayStation. They're not coming to look good. They're coming to learn math from 5th grade to 9th grade, because he feels those are the particular grades. If he works really hard with them over the summer, they will go back doing better in their classroom at school. We need to get our children ahead. We've already seen in the Black Zero Index that they are not ahead. So you have to make some investment at getting them ahead. His program starts June 10th. It's him. You're not going to walk in and not see him. He's going to be there teaching your children. He only has 20 places.
Wait.
It's a great
I only got 15.
Oh, yeah, well, I just put
and
it
I
up.
prefer 12.
Yeah.
What happened now that you take him?
He's a no. So the first 12, if you call us by the end of the day and you say you heard this interview and you want your children in this program, you do have to pay. We don't work for free.
That's right.
And it's affordable, $150 a week, which is cheap when you think that UCLA does a version of this for $3,000 a week. Then you need to get on his program.
What's the number?
Number is 323-819-7212.
7212.
Dr. Batie's Maths Summer Camp.
Go ahead.
For only, you heard him, he said 12. Let's forget him. I'm the boss. 20 children, grade 5 to 9th grade. Now, if you have children who are younger than that, they come to Miss Yolanda's program because they need to be ready for Dr. Batie when they get to 5th grade. So my program starts K through 12, and you call me on the same number. We have a lot more places, but we are not as intense as he is. When you send your children, this is a focused, intent, 8-week summer program, which they need to get. So they're
He's a sweetheart, though.
we love him.
No, I'm not.
Yes,
Not in the
he
classroom.
is.
Not in the classroom.
I
He
haven't
don't
been in the
play.
classroom.
No, I'm not.
Wait, I gotta go back. Okay, where are those other slots? She said 25. You said only 12.
Well, whenever I work with a student, and the fact is, maybe 20 should show up because I interview the parents and the child.
Right.
And if they are not 100% on board, and because there aren't going to be any behavioral problems, there aren't going to be any people that aren't going to be totally focused, there aren't going to be parents that are just saying, whatever. And when the students that I have now that I'm tutoring, which there are a few, they're students that I've worked with for a while who I know are going to put in the work and who will, of course, if there's someone on the cusp, they can show up because I know that over time they'll buy in.
Right.
Because even though it is all mathematics, it's applied mathematics. So everything that we do, if you've, so I'm inviting everybody to come to the lab.
Yeah.
2717 West 54th Street.
That's the one.
You should come to the lab and see and meet and greet us, and we'll meet and greet you so you can see there's nothing like it in the state of California.
Right.
It's really awesome.
So we build things. I'll give you the schedule. 8 o'clock, come in, drill and practice. 9 o'clock, our first lesson. We practice. We'll focus initially on fractions, decimals, percent, base 10, addition, just all the basic skills. There's a short break, and then we do some more math exercises, all using hands-on manipulatives and practice and so forth. And then we have lunch. Then we take some time out to play, and then we take a nap for the afternoon, taking about an hour, put your head down, whatever it is you want to do, quiet time. Then we come back and we do math projects where we actually build things. And then the final 2 hours, we do math art projects. Those are up on the lab using old computer parts and things of that nature. Learning tools. We take a trip to the Home Depot so they can learn about tools and get the proper equipment that they need for whatever it is that they want to build. And then on Fridays, we take public transportation to the end of each subway line. And
why is that?
Well, because then there's an architecture point there that builds into geometry and volume and those things. So we go there, they bring their smartphones and take pictures and then come back and do projects and what kind of building was that? What was its shape? What did the
that is awesome.
What was we took the last year? Well, we actually it's I do it every year. We took the green line, blue line, the one that goes all the way to the end at the east, and went to the East LA Civic Center, and the children were all amazed because everything was in color
and it's practical.
They had
didn't
these
have
mosaics.
mass.
Yeah, and they learned how to use navigate mass transit. And that's a life skill.
Some for the first time.
Yeah, right. Most of them for the first time.
That is
they learn
phenomenal.
how to use the tap card and just see the city, and it doesn't cost any money.
Yeah.
Other than the fare, and if they can bring their lunch, they bring their money, and most of the time, Yeah. Oh, we went to Long Beach to the pier, the Long Beach Pier.
Yeah, that pike.
Walked around there and went to the walked all over the pier and the harbor and so forth, and just really. And while we're there, it's always about the mathematics.
That's right.
And I'm looking forward to this summer because there was a construction project at the Oroville Dam. And it's really intrigued me because this was $1.5 billion project because the spillway on this dam broke, and there's tons of mathematics there because when the spillway is 20 feet tall and 8 lanes wide, it's wider than the San Diego freeway. Wow. And when they open the spillway gates to the maximum, it's 225,000 cubic feet of water per second. Oh my God. And when it hits the bottom of the spillway, it's 1 million horsepower. But those are huge numbers. But then what's the math in that? Well, get the yardsticks and the tape measures out and measure the volume of this room, and then tell me how long it takes for this room to fill up using the water flow from the Oroville spillway. How many cubic feet of air? We got tanks of air. We're dying. How many tanks of air do we need for us to do this? Yeah. So all these types of exercises that we do are really built on making mathematics real.
Yeah,
very
slope, real world. Yeah.
Linear equations, all those types of things. Those mathematics was designed for science.
Right.
Mathematics is the lingua franca of all science. The numbers in China look the same as they do here.
Yeah. Come on.
You could look at a Chinese calculus book, and it'll look just like an American calculus book. The formulae will be the same.
It's not subjective.
Right.
No, it's not.
Well, we're going to wind down. I just want to let you know that our sister Shauna Joy X, who tunes in every week, she created an app for the Nation of Islam's Muhammad Mosque number 27. That's our regional headquarters. This sister built this app. You'd be so proud of her.
Wow.
Like she built this. She went in just under a year and did this herself, having no knowledge about things like that. And she wants to put you all on the app.
Oh,
this is
wow.
regional wide, but
That's
it's
wonderful.
nationwide because it's all throughout the nation. So
That's
I'll give you the information.
We should contact her. We have this. We're modernizing our parent empowerment workshops.
Yes.
And instead of giving them, we used to give them a binder with all the pages, and Ms. Beckles came up with the idea of giving them a tablet. It ended up being cheaper.
Yeah.
So sisters should contact us because we want to put some apps, some icons, something on there.
Yeah.
So when they take these tablets, they can stay in touch with us via the STEM Parents Network.
I'll hook you up. See what we do at Liberated Sisters in Morris Media Studios? We connect.
Wonderful.
Well, we have to get out. Shauna Joy, thank you for posting that. And many other people are posting a lot. I can only see a few, but they're loving it. Wow. They love the information. They agree with what's happening, what you're saying about what's happening and the solutions. And so I'm going to need to make a way. I want to close out the show properly, but thank you both so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
And please come back. Make this not your first time. You're welcome back anytime.
Maybe we'll bring
I'd
some
like
of the
to close
students.
with 3 words.
Go ahead then.
Break up the school district.
There you are. That's the 3.
He said, break
Booyah.
up the school district.
Well, that was
Booyah.
4, actually.
Say break up. Put break up together. Oh, we got to come back and talk about that.
Yeah.
It says
That's going to be another conversation.
Flat it out and start it over. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Michael Batie. Thank you, Sister Yolanda Beckles. Thank you, Monique Bacon. Thank you, Jamie Lita. I forgot last night, Sister Jamie Lita, for being here. You don't see them, but they're here. Their whole team graced us. Thank you, Brother Jesse, for the Farrakhan Factor. And thank you, of course, the poetess, Felicia Morris, here at Morris Media Studios. Her own young black female owned. You can view Minister Farrakhan's address from St. Sabina Catholic Church, as well as the message of Father Flager, Student Minister Ishmael, at NOI.org. Also, Minister Farrakhan, you can follow him on Twitter at Louis Farrakhan. We're not worried about the Facebook man, at Louis Farrakhan. And also, he's still on Facebook anyway by all of us. And then also, please pick up his box set. It's 44 songs Minister Farrakhan has. Let's Change the World. That's at lctwmusic.com. lctwmusic.com. I'm Sister Charlene Muhammad. We're on Radio Justice, RJLA.org tomorrow at 8 a.m. If it's impacting our community or can uplift us as a people, let's talk about it. Peace.